welcome back to SlydeBytes. If you're not familiar with the channel, welcome. This is a budget guitar and gear review channel. And if you are used to the channel, yeah, the beard's gone. I'm still trying to get used to it too. So, sorry if I look a little different, weird. I'm sure it's probably a little. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and yeah, I'm sure people got used to me with the beard, but yeah. Anyway, so something cool is going on this year, and I kind of want to talk about it. This is more of a fun, laid-back video for me. It's something I've been wanting to talk about, and I've been planning on making this video since I kind of realized, what was going on, and I was like, you know what, it's poignant for me especially, because I started off my guitar journey basically in this place, and let's just go ahead and let's talk about Stratocasters. This is my favorite baby of mine. Let's see if I can show it to you a little better here. This is my Fender Player Strat HSS, made in Mexico, and it is in drop B, double drop B, so B down low, B down low, B up high, and yeah, I have the trim. I've shimmed it. The bridge is raised, but basically the action's been adjusted and it's been shimmed. So anyway, I've made this basically kind of like a hardtail Strat. And I drop tuned it. So this Strat, in particular, so this one has the 75th anniversary logo. It has the 75th anniversary logo in there in the back because we recently, a couple of years ago, was the 75th year of anniversary of Fender. Well, this year is the 70th anniversary of the Stratocaster, and Fender is doing this thing called the Year of the Strat. So all the gear you see on this channel is my own. Nothing is provided to me by anyone else. It's gifts from family and friends, that sort of thing. But this is one of those things where Fender Strats are in particular very near and dear to my heart. I love them, and they're in the beginning. I was kind of trying to show that you can play any like there's a Strat for everything. We did a little bit kind of blues rock at the beginning, some bluesy cleans on the second guitar. Third guitar was more heavy. This one was a lot heavy. So yeah, let's just talk about Stratocasters and why I love them. So. Again, these came out in 1954, so we are to 2024 right now. 70 years of Fender Stratocasters have been, that's a long time. And it has had some updates overall, so let's go ahead and talk about where the Strat kind of started at. And I have a pretty good example of what Strats, for a lot of people, were, and maybe still are. This guitar in my hands now. We're going to switch to this one. This was my first guitar that I got when I was 16 years old, 6-string. I started off on bass the year prior, and this was my first 6-string guitar. This was a Squier Strat. This is an SE Strat that came out of an old Quit Dreaming, Start Playing, Stop Dreaming, Start Playing, something like that. Anyway, one of the Squier packs. And this has been a really awesome guitar. I've had it for a long time. And yeah, let's go ahead and let's just hear it for a second. Let's football standby. Probably a little out of tune there for me using the trim so much. Probably when you think of Strat, it's kind of like this. 21 frets. You got now the radius on the neck has changed. I think they've gone anything from like 7, 7.5, and some are more like some are wider, some are a little different. Like Jim Root has like I think 12 or 14, something like that on his Strat. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I like a 9.5 in general. That's what my Fender Strat is. This is Squier. I think this one's a 9.5. 21 frets. 3 single coil pickups and a 6-screw trim, and this is kind of what people think of when you think of a Strat. Now, when Strats first came out, they had a 3-position switch, and people would modify that to get extra positions in between. But now Fender has over time Fender realized, you know, people were having a mod to get those extra tones. So now you have a 5-position switch to get those extra sweet 4th position sounds. Like, oh my goodness, some of these are just. This one is in double drop D, and we are running through the Blackstar HD Club 40 Mark II amplifier. So a lot of Fender Stratocasters started off like basically like this though. Tone knob on the on modern Strats, you know, this tone knob here will actually control your bridge pickup, but on old Strats, we'll roll that off for a second. We'll play something. First, actually, let's turn it back up. Play on the bridge pickup real quick, and we'll let you hear this. Roll it all the way off. No difference. It's because classic wiring, they didn't really bother do like the bridge pickup was a bridge pickup. They tone knob wasn't for that. It was more for like your middle pickup. So let's go ahead and go middle position real quick. Turn the tone all the way up. Tone off. A little honkier, a little different. You can probably do some jazzy stuff. So yeah, that's how Strats kind of start off. And, you know, a lot of Strats too. So like Fender player Strats will use Nico pickups, things like that. These use ceramics. Some people prefer ceramics. I actually like ceramics, but I've noticed there's something about Strats that have this really nice jangly sweet tone that's kind of hard to get any other place. It's kind of unique to Strats. They are jangly, not quite as jangly as something like, say, like a Mustang. They have that's a different feel. It's a little bit slinkier in general with a shorter scale length. And there's something about Strats. They kind of say it's a little different than like a lot of surf rock. I think it's surf rock, that kind of stuff. That's where Strats really started shining, where you kind of get a lot of that kind of a lot of surf bands like that, and the trim pedals, the vibrato pedals, that sort of thing to get that vibration. I like using these. Like we're in position 2 right now, so let's go ahead and I'm going to do a little spaghetti western kind of turn my volume, turn my tone back up. All right. That's the sound a lot of people associate with Strats. But for me, I'm a little different. So let's go ahead and switch to a different one. This one again was in double drop D. Let's switch to something else. Strats like the Squier Bullet Strat, which I acquired more recently and modified with a pick guard and with, you know, paint and stain on the neck and everything. You know, this is another single coil one, but man, people that think single coils can't do metal have not played around enough with them. Sometimes a heavy sound with single coils is so perfect. I love playing these things for like metal and stuff like that. I've done new metal and punk metal and stuff like that using single coil Strats for a long time. And one of the things I love about Strats is that they're like everything Fender is. They're so customizable. You know, you have a neck that's easily replaced. All the parts come off super easy. You can take one of these apart, you know, with simple, you know, basic skills. It's not super hard to do this. I had to modify the pick guard even to fit this, and I got it pretty well on there and everything. So it's pretty sweet that how simple of a guitar this is, but how varied and how many tones and how, you know, flexible they are. Guitar in general is a flexible instrument. You see Les Pauls and other things, you know, just doing every genre of music, but Strats are like that too. And I don't think they get. Maybe they do, but to me, I don't feel like they get enough credit sometimes. I think people see a single coil Strat like, they can't do metal. I got told that over and over again growing up, and look at me, I play metal on them all the time. If you watch my Instagram or TikTok, I'm always playing metal guitar with Strats and doing things like that. Anyway, even single coils, I love the sound of heavy distortion on single coils. I think it sounds sick. Anyway, but yeah, they're super customizable. This guitar, to me, when I think of Strats are what embody in the electric guitar. They embody rock music, rock and roll, even metal for me. Like when I think of guitar, I think of Strat. This is where I started. Like the other guitar was my first guitar. This is, you know, one that I just wanted for fun to customize and work on, and I love it. I absolutely enjoy playing every Strat. They're comfortable. Like this is a Bullet Strat. They've been replaced by the Sonic series, but they're still very thin, very comfortable, easy to hold up to the body. The SE Strat's more like a Mexican Strat. They're a little thicker, a bit heavier, but again, super comfortable. The body is contoured so that it just fits well against, you know, the human form, and you can get your hand all the way up to the, like, even with the squared off neck pocket or neck joint that a lot of people don't like back here, I don't have a problem getting all the way. I mean, I can get my fingers all the way up to where a 24th. I can wrap my finger all the way around the neck pickup if I wanted. So really, there's no issue. But playability, these things are nice. They're super nice, and even some Fenders, they've been, you know, doing a little bit of a cut here, a little bit of a bevel to make it easier to get up on those higher frets. They're just super fun to play, and they're super comfortable. But if you really want to go heavier, well, we got one for that too. Go heavier, get an HSS Strat. This is my favorite format Strat because I love the sound of neck single coil pickups for lead lines. Absolutely enjoy these. Actually, I really like the middle position for lead lines too. But yeah, this is another Bullet Strat. I have two of those. This is, again, a little thinner, 21 frets. Overall, though, just super easy to play. This is a special edition black metallic with black metallic pickguard or something like that. Yeah, I think is what it is. Yeah, black metallic plate with black metallic pickguard. Really nice guitar. These sell for like $200, something like that. They've been replaced with the Sonic series, but man, these are just nice guitars. They play so great. I love the Squier, and that, you know, even with something like this is in double drop A. Even though it's something this heavy, you can still get those really lovely sweet tones. By the way, we're getting a reverb from the Caline Ghost Rain. I love this guitar. This is another one that I like to record songs on for my Instagram, TikTok, because it's just a heavy sounding guitar, and I love dropping A in general. Fun tuning. Again, with any Strat you can customize everything, but a Strat can play metal so easily. And you know, as much as I love these Squiers, there is the sound too with Squier and Fender. Their Strats, a lot of companies make S-type guitars, things that look like Strats, and that, you know, maybe kind of capture that essence or that sound. But there's something that Fender gets right, and that the way that twang sounds, that jangle, something about the way they design their guitars, it just gets it just right. I've heard other people say that too. It's Fender and Squiers. There's something that they do that even the lookalikes just don't quite get. And maybe it's just something for the player. Maybe you're hearing it, or maybe it's all in your head or something. But for me, like, I'm hearing it, I feel it, and maybe it's subjective. Everything is subjective, I'm sure. But for me, a Strat is just. There's just something about it. Even when I'm playing heavy or softer, it just works. 70 years of a guitar is something to really behold. And considering almost every brand of guitar out there makes something somewhat similar to these, and you know, I love my Ibanez, I love my PRS, I love my Schecters, I love my Super Strats and all that stuff. But I really, really, really love Fender, and it's just something to me that, like, Fender and Squier guitars, just there is a sound there. There's a way they feel in my fingers. That's just something different. So let me go ahead and grab my Fender. Fender Strats have a nice, beautiful, sweet tone to them. And when you're going heavy, they get this really cool, jangly sound to them too. From the hands of Jim Root, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, and so many other famous guitarists out there, probably too many to name off the top of my head, just so many. This guitar has just been there. It's done that. It's been in so many groups. You can get these SH, all single coils, HSS, you can get these with P90s, you can get Strats of all kinds of different configurations and pickups on them. But man, I just gotta tell you, there's just something about it. And when you get to the Fender player stage, I love the Squiers, I really do. They're worth every penny, and I think they just play and sound great. But when you get, there's something about feeling that glossy underneath the fingers when you're playing these things on the fretboard. There's a gloss that they put across the fretboard. It's like it's a finished smooth neck. Like the Mexican-made Fender Strats are just my favorite, honestly, of the whole range. And I know the Fender American Strats sound great, but this is a good, honestly, for what you get, these are great guitars. They just feel so good. And yeah, this is more of a modern Strat. It has a 2-point trim, it did before I decided to shim it, and it has 22 frets. But there's Strats out there with Floyd Rose trims and everything else, and you can get these things to just shred on. The Strat is a very flexible platform. I like the white Strat that we saw me play. That one was made with fixed bridge. The Blackstar also had fixed bridge. This one I've made that way because for drop tunings it works a little bit better for what I'm doing than the 2-point trims or the 6 screw trims. But these things, they just sound good. There's a reason why they've stuck around for so long. 70 years of this guitar making music. I kind of just wanted to talk about it today. it's not so much like, this isn't me telling you anything new, but I just want to celebrate Strats. This is just a fun video. Me talking about how my love of Stratocasters. There's a lot of hate that goes on them. Some people don't like pick guards, or they don't like single coil pickups, or they don't think it can do heavier music. They don't like a maple neck. Or maybe they just want roasted. You can get that, by the way. Maybe there's people just find reasons to dislike them. Honestly, that you can just do so much with them. I think these are just awesome guitars. They play well. They feel great in the hand. There's so many brands that have made guitars that look like this, but Fender makes the Strat. This is the year. This is the 70th anniversary of my favorite guitar that I've ever had, ever played, ever loved. And honestly, this is what I think of when I think of guitar. My journey started here. To even own a Fender Strat, these are not cheap guitars anymore. You're looking at like $800, something like that, for one of these. 800, 900, depending what you're looking at. I got this one for around $7 on a special deal from Guitar Center, and it's one of the transparent blue, which I just love. Just a gorgeous guitar, so shiny. You can tell I love this thing. Anyway. And you can modify these, you can make it your own. They just have played so much music. You can do so much with them, from blues to soul to rock to metal, jazz, like every type of funk. I rambled enough. The whole point of this was, like I said, it was just me wanting to celebrate Strats. It is the 70th anniversary. I might do this for other guitars too. I kind of want to do videos on, like, say, a Telecaster, and or maybe do a spotlight on different guitar body styles and some other brands too, because I feel like there's plenty of great brands out there that don't get enough attention, and some of their body styles that I just really love, like Telecasters and Jazz Masters, things like that. I don't have a ton of either of those in my collection. I have more Strats than anything, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching SlydeBytes. I appreciate all of you who keep coming back. If you like what I'm doing and you like the way that I sound and the stuff I'm talking about, you might consider liking and subscribing. If you feel like I've earned it, that really does go a long way helping this little guitar channel grow. Also, if you like the music I play and you think I sound okay, you can check me out on TikTok and Instagram, where I write original guitar music all the time and layer it with a looper and do all kinds of fun stuff over there. And sometimes it's got bass backing tracks, sometimes it's got two different guitars, same guitar mixed up. I just like to write original music. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. I do appreciate all of you. And more content is always in the works. Keep shredding, partners. I will see you soon with more guitar content.